Hi guys, Jen here with Veterans Yoga Project. Thank you so much for showing up on your mat today, and thank you for letting me be your teacher. We're going to run through a quick 15 to 20 minute gentle practice today for gastrointestinal issues and cramps. So we don't have much time, let's get right to it. We'll start with some breathing techniques and some gentle movements. We'll try to get our breath and our body working together so we can try to promote homeostasis and have our body feeling good and have everything flowing properly. So hydration is really important during yoga, after yoga, throughout the day. Make sure that you're drinking enough water, make sure that you're staying hydrated, and make sure that you're taking enough self-care time for your body throughout the day. This is a simple practice that you can do from work or home. You can do seated in a chair, or you can do seated on your mat. I'm going to give you options for both chair and on the floor, and then we'll run through the practices together. So let's just start with some deep breathing. Inhale through your nose, and exhale, sigh it out. Another breath in, slow and deep. And an even slower and longer exhale. Another big breath in. And exhale, let go of all tension. Release everything your body doesn't need anymore today. First, we're going to start with a twist. So if you're seated in your chair, you can just have your feet together or slightly apart in front of you. Feel the floor underneath your heels. Feel the chair supporting you underneath your sit bones. Use your left hand on the outside of the chair to brace yourself and to prop yourself up nice and tall. And then with your inhale, cross your left hand over your body. You can put your hand on the outside of your left knee or also grab that side of your chair. Think about lengthening with your inhale and twisting with your exhale. Inhale again for length. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, add a little bit more twist. Another big breath in. And exhale, one last twist. Good. Slowly unwind, come back to center. This time I'm going to demonstrate from the mat. Same thing, but twisting the other direction. You can sit crisscross or you can sit with your knees bent, whichever is most comfortable for you. Again, get nice and tall. Prop yourself up with your right hand. Inhale. Exhale, over and across to the outside of your right knee. Twist on your exhale. Another big breath in for length. Exhale, look over your right shoulder, twist a little more. Another breath. Stay with it. And slowly unwind, coming back to center. Nice job. Whether you're in your chair or on your mat, think about your posture here just for a second. Notice how it feels to have the floor supporting you under your feet, under your sit bones. And then think about lengthening your spine, getting as tall as you can possibly get, and then rolling your shoulders back and letting your shoulder blades drop down your back. If your head is out here in front of your body, tuck it in. You make a nice straight line from the crown of your head down your spine. A lot of length in the back of your neck. Good. Next, we're going to work a seated forward fold. So if you're on the floor, you can bend your left knee, extend your right leg out. If you have a strap and you want to use a strap, flip that around the ball of your foot. Pull your toes back towards you. Lift your hips and shift your body so that your body is square with the leg that you're stretching against. And pause here. If you're in your chair, extend your right leg out, pull your toes back towards you. If you want to use the strap, loop it around the ball of your foot. Together we'll go. Get nice and tall with your inhale. Hinge at your hips and lean forward. Take another big breath in with a nice flat back. And then stay here or round your spine and tuck your chin. Hold in this stretch for 2 more breaths. Use your breath. Good, rise back up. Switch out your legs. If you'd like to use your strap, wrap it around. Pull your toes back towards you. Shift your sit bones so that you're square with your extended leg. Get nice and tall. Hinge at your hips, sternum high, nice flat back. Stop for another inhale. And keep your back flat or round into the stretch. Stay for 2 breaths. Good, rise up. You can also do that stretch with both legs together, but for time, we're gonna move on to the next stretch together. So we're going to do knees to chest now. If you're on the floor, you're welcome to roll all the way back onto your back. And it always feels good to start with a great big good morning stretch. Reach with your fingers, reach with your toes. And then we're gonna pull your knee into your chest. So right knee first. If you're seated in your chair, see if you can, how high you can pull your knee up into your chest. You can also use the strap again if you like. And pull your knee up into your chest with the strap. You want to squeeze, 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 squeeze just underneath your knee, top of your shin. Take in as much air as you can as you're squeezing as tightly as possible. Big, slow, deep breaths. And exhale, extend your legs straight and lower it slowly back to the mat. Good, I'll demonstrate this one from the mat. So same thing as we just did if you're in your chair. If you're on your mat, big good morning stretch. And then squeeze your left knee into your body, just below your knee, top of your shin. Maybe you can interlace opposite wrists, maybe opposite elbows. Take in as much air as you can while you squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then extend your leg, slowly lower it down to the mat. Take a few breaths here. Good. Next, we're going to work on Malasana squat. So if you're in your chair, you'll bring your feet out to 10 and 2 to the outsides of your chair. If you want more work, you can try to lift and lower, lift and lower. And you do that by rolling your body weight forward, hinging at your hips, keeping your shoulders pulled back. You can cactus your arms if you like. And then just an inch up off the chair and back down. The whole time thinking about keeping your back super flat and thinking about pulling your knees back behind you. Opening those hip flexors, opening that up. Good. So just stay here and hold it. Or if you want a little more work, just take some tiny little lifts. If you're on your mat, bring your feet out to the edges of your mat. Think about lowering down with a super flat back. Maybe this is comfortable for you. Maybe this isn't a difficult pose, but if it is, suffering is optional. Just grab a block, stick it underneath. You can rest in this pose. You don't have to work so hard. It's still doing the same things that it's doing in your digestive system, whether you're holding your own weight or whether you're resting on a block. Any height of the block is fine. If you want to move side to side. Some people people are big fans of crow. You can shift your weight forward and lift your toes up. Whatever's good here. Just breathe. I'm bringing my hands to heart center so that I can use my elbows to open up the hip flexors. Take a few more breaths here together. Good. If you're seated on the floor, you can plant your palms, lift your hips, and heel toe your feet together. Take a halfway lift, forward fold, and rise to standing. Good. We're going to do a few cat-cows together, and then we're going to finish with seated heart opener. So for cat-cows, again, feel the support of your chair underneath you. Feel the support of the floor underneath your feet. And then we're just shooting for the spinal movements that cat-cow gives us. So inhale for cat. You round your spine forward, lift your sternum, press into your knees to get even more out of the stretch. And then exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, just like a cat when they get up and they do their big kitty cat stretch in the morning. Inhale, cow, up. Exhale, cat. I'll demonstrate on the floor. I like cat-cows because you can articulate your spine. Keep moving with your breath while I talk. You can articulate little sections of your spine, or you can take big, full, deep passes. So cat-cow is great because you can just take whatever feels good to you, and you can add in organic movements as you go. Just keep assigning breath to movement, and you're doing it right. So I'll show you some traditional cat-cows, and then I'll just add in some free flow. Couple more here. Assign breath to movement. Take what you need. Good. If you're in your chair, you can also add some movements. So work on your shoulders, your neck. Just kind of move that spine around in every direction. Get it feeling good. Get it lubricated. Get your body moving. Heat up that internal fire a little bit. Keep breathing. 2 more big full passes. Good. When you're ready, come back to neutral. We have just a few minutes left together. So we're going to do a seated heart opener. We're going to come back to our breathing. Just think about posture and support. So the more that you open up your posture and sit with good posture, the more you open up your channels of pranayama. So you're not only breathing, you're taking in life's vital energy. So even when you're just sitting, if you think about sitting tall, rolling your shoulders back, tucking in your chin, you're letting your body take in all of that vital life force. And then every exhale is your body's opportunity to let go of everything you don't need anymore. Stress, tension, grocery lists, to-dos. If you don't need it anymore, let it go. I like to think of it passing by like a cloud in the sky, or just floating down the stream in the river. So thoughts come and go. If we can't turn them off, that's fine. It's not like a water faucet where you can just turn them off. They still come, but just let the ones you don't need float away and pass by. So as we come into our final pose together, our seated heart opener, if you're on your mat, you can have your knees bent, or you can sit crisscross, whatever's comfortable for your body. If you're in your chair, sit up nice and tall. Plant your feet flat on the floor. Feel the support underneath your feet. Feel the support underneath your sit bones. Make your spine super long. Roll your shoulders back. Deep breaths. If it's difficult for you to find comfort in a seated position, you're always welcome to lie on your mat as well. You don't have to stay seated. And if it's difficult to stay seated without support, you can have a block or a blanket rolled up underneath your bottom. You can back up against a wall and use a wall for support. Again, suffering is always optional. You don't have to suffer. Take anything you need in any yoga class, anytime, for your body to feel more comfortable and feel as supported as possible. So always remember that during your practice. Always take what you need. Use blocks, use straps, use pillows, use bolsters. Everything is yoga. It's all yoga as long as you're breathing and moving. So now that you've found your comfortable seat, take one more breath thinking about your posture. Nice and tall, roll shoulders back. Big, slow exhale, sigh if you like. And then bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Let's breathe together here. If your eyes are closed, you can let them flutter open, or you can keep them closed, whatever's more comfortable. Let's take one last big breath in together. With your inhale, reach up. And with your exhale, bring your hands together at heart center, bow your head. In honor of yourselves and of each other, thank you so much for coming today. Thank you for allowing me to lead you in this practice. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much.